everyone, Wayne from the CERN Earth and Space Center here. In today's video we're going to be taking a closer look at one of the asterisms in our skies, the Summer Triangle. It's high up and very visible in the sky right now, so get out there tonight and take a look, but we'll go over each of the stars in this triangle and see what makes up this very recognizable shape in our sky. So without any further ado, let's load up our Sky Simulator Stellarium and take a closer look. So here we are, standing in front of the CERN Earth and Space Center at Triton College in River Grove. We have our date set for July 23rd and our time set for 10 o'clock in the evening. We're looking for the Summer Triangle in the sky, so we're facing towards the west now. And on this night, on July 23rd at about 10 o'clock, it's going to be pretty close to, well, almost straight up. We'll turn towards the southeastern part of the sky and look higher up into the sky. And there we will find our Summer Triangle. It's going to be pretty high up. These three bright stars make up the asterism that we call the Summer Triangle. It's made up of three stars from three separate constellations, so we'll go through all three of those here in just a second. But before we do that, I do want to outline the asterism, those three stars, the Summer Triangle. So I'm going to bring up the asterism lines. And we'll see there are a whole bunch of other ones up there, but this big triangle shape is the one that we're looking for. And we'll see there are a few other ones in there. We'll talk about one of these, this one right here, in just a second. But these three stars make up this nice, big, almost perfect triangle for us to find in our skies. So like I said, those are three stars from three separate shapes, three separate constellations. And going through those, we have this star Deneb, which is in the constellation of Cygnus the Swan. I'll bring up the artwork as well for these so we can see what they're supposed to look like. And Cygnus actually does kind of look like a swan up there. So we have Deneb in the Swan, and then we'll come down to this point here, which is the star Altair. It's in the constellation of Aquila the Eagle. So we can see here it looks a little bit like an eagle. You have the wings spread out, just like in Cygnus the Swan, and then the body and the head as well. And then the brightest star, the one that's going to be almost straight up in the evening sky, is the star Vega, an incredibly bright star. It's part of a rather small shape called Lyra, the harp, and we can see that one right here. Now this one, I like to think of this sort of stick figure shape as the jukebox or maybe the walkie-talkie or cell phone, but it is supposed to be a harp up there in the sky. So these three stars make up that Summer Triangle shape, but as we can see, they are all part of that giant asterism, the Summer Triangle. And there's another asterism in here, like I pointed out, as part of Cygnus the Swan. If I get rid of the artwork here, we can see that if we connect Deneb, that bright star that's part of the Summer Triangle, along with this center star, the head star of Cygnus the Swan, and the two stars that are right in the middle of the wings, those make up a shape known as the Northern Cross. It's a very distinctive shape, very bright cross shape in the sky that we can see here in the northern hemisphere, hence its name. And if you're having trouble sort of seeing the triangle, you can find a couple bright stars, but you can't quite make out that shape, well then look for the Northern Cross because they are a little bit closer together in the sky. It's a little bit easier to have that one pop out at you. And then once you find that, then you can know that it's kind of pointing in towards the middle of that triangle. So you'll find the long branch of the cross heads down towards the middle, and from there you know you're kind of right in between the stars Vega and Altair in that Summer Triangle. So let's bring up those asterism lines once more and get rid of our constellation lines. There we go. And now we can see that you have the three stars in the Summer Triangle, and that Northern Cross kind of points right in towards the middle of that. And it'll help you find those other few stars. Well, thank you everyone for taking a look at the Summer Triangle with me today. If you're curious about what makes the difference between an asterism and a constellation, well, we have a video about that. So check out our channel, look for that video about asterisms and constellations and groups of stars, and learn a little bit more. Remember to like and subscribe for more of this weekly science content, and most importantly, remember to get out there and take a look at your nighttime skies.